Golden Slipper.
Get smart about housework. Take control with the sleek, new, intelligent Dyson V11 Outsize. Boasting a 25% wider cleaner head, a 150% larger dustbin, and up to 60 minutes of fade-free power. The new V11 Outsize is now available with interchangeable batteries. It's also packed with innovative technology that automatically adjusts motor speed to suit the floor surface. And just point and shoot when you're done. Test drive the new Dyson V11 range now at Harvey Norman.
Big one of the day, the Longines Golden Slipper. $3.5 million in prize money for the 2-year-olds. The world's richest 2-year-old race, Group 1. And our mounting art is brought to you by Harvey Norman. Shop with confidence. If you need advice, they're there to help. Ron Duffy and Lizzie Jells to look at these fabulous 2-year-olds, starting with Tagaloa, number 1, Michael Walker, for Trent Busserton and Natalie Young.
Yeah, I like this colt, and he carries my money. I keep saying I think it was the best 2-year-old performance of the year in the Blue Diamond. Negative ride last time. He just learned what it was all about on getting on the right leg in Sydney. He's going to be ridden, I'd suggest, more positive. The sectionals were great last time, and I think he's going to be very, very tough at the finish.
Look, he is obviously a really nice individual, as all of these horses are in this field. They don't get here by being bad types or not being able to perform up to their optimum. So all I can tell you is that he's parading very similar to how he did last start. The only factor that I will give him is he's probably just tightened up slightly through his midsection, which is going to be expected of him. So he's going to be able to acquit himself well, and he should be able to perform exactly how we've seen him in previous runs.
The horse that chased him home in the Blue Diamond, Hanseatic, Anthony Freedman, Karen McAvoy.
Yeah, he's got a history of being a hothead in the yard, so I'm interested about the report and how he continues to behave before going on the track. His only defeat was in the Blue Diamond, where he was a $2.60 chance compared to the $26 of Tagaloa. So the old SP profile comes into play. He's won a Randwick trial. A little query with him on the soft, but that's dried out now, and it just needs to tick off a 1,200 box for me, but I don't think there's any problems with the stable thing.
As you said, it's been well documented that he does play up in the yard and he gets a bit above himself. He's obviously doesn't seem to be sweating up too much. He's just dancing around and really full of himself, and I guess if they just keep him together by the time he gets out onto the track, this is a usual process for him, and just the way he parades. So got to knock him on what he's been doing or what he's done. He's certainly not getting warm. He's very, very fit and forward in condition. He's got a fantastic coat on him, and I'm not about to knock him on his usual parade.
Here's the horse who's been in a battle for favouritism with Tagaloa, number 3, Farnan, Hugh Bowman for Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott.
Well, he hasn't put a foot wrong other than having that little foot issue leading into the Magic Million. He's been dominant, winning 2 strong lead-ups, the Silver Slipper and the Todman. Beautiful style of racing and hard to beat.
Yeah, we talk about horses that are honest and consistent. Well, this horse fits the barrier. He just seems to, every day we see him turn up in the same order, the same physical condition, and he is so tough and so honest and so consistent. He looks fantastic, and he's going to be very hard to beat on this parade, you'd have to say.
Prague, number 4, Tom Marquin. What a day he's had. Kieran Maher and David Eustace.
Yeah, could become a very good day. He showed he was back in business, winning last week, running nice time, perfect draw, plenty of supporters again.
And he looks great. He's come on again since last week. He's definitely, his coat has improved. I wouldn't say that he's improved as far as his fitness is concerned, because he's had a long campaign, but he's definitely improved from last week. So you can see that with horses backing up, sometimes they just really need that bit of improvement in them, and he's got that. He's ticked that box. So he's another one who's going to run into contention on this parade.
King's Legacy with the reigning champion jockey on board, Damien Lane for Peter and Paul Snowden.
Yeah, 70 days and an easy trial since the Magic Million. Does no work from barrier 2 and has no pressure on him, but I think he's held in very high regard by the stable, but this might be a tick over for one of the longer races later on.
He looks to me as though he's going to take a bit of improvement from the run. He just carries that little bit of weight through his midsection, so we'll be looking for him to improve after today's effort.
Mama Reagan, number 7, trying to create history. He only debuted 21 days ago. No horses won the Slipper at its second start. Nashville John Thompson.
Yeah, who knows? He showed a tremendous will to win, winning the Skyline, and with plenty of upside to come. I loved his gallop between races last week, and he could well be the real thing.
There was just a little bit of kerfuffle going on. We're just having her sciatic just playing up a little bit, but he's heading out onto the track now. Mama Reagan is parading nicely. He's had that gallop here last week at Rosehill, so he's been here before and he knows exactly what's going on. He looks as though he's tightened up. He's absolutely cherry ripe and he should be right in the money.
The Magic Millions winner, Away Game. Glenn Boss on for Mara and Eustace.
Well, what a terrific filly. She hasn't done too much wrong in her own right. Drying track probably helps her because she hasn't been on the soft. She's so resilient and continues just to hold her condition.
Absolutely. That's the key factor with her, isn't it? She's holding her condition because she's had plenty of racing, and it would be no mean feat to be able to take out this Golden Slipper with the amount of racing that she's had behind her. But looks-wise, you couldn't knock her, and that's exactly how she's paraded each time we've seen her.
The winner of the Golden Gift, worth $1 million on this track back on November 9. Dame Giselle, Tim Clark for the Snowdens.
He's a beautifully prepared horse, as you'd expect from Team Snowden. She's just been qualified for a long time. They get their timing right more often than not, and a beautiful filly.
Exactly right. They get their timing right, and that's how they have planned this preparation. And look at her. She is such a big lump of a thing. She's very athletic. She carries herself exactly how you want a 2-year-old to carry herself. She's feeling well, that little high kick and swish of the tail. If you like her on recent form, she's doing everything you want to see in the yard.
Number 10 is See You Soon for the two Jeans, Van Overmeer and Dubois.
What a day if they could get it home. What a day for Jean, if it were the two Jeans, if they could get her home. Good little filly, big finish on her. Did enough first up with improvement to come. Can't say no.
She looks good. She's taken quite a bit of improvement from that first up performance, so she's definitely going to be able to finish off a lot stronger than she did last start. And another one, if you like her, off of her recent runs and her first up performance, she's improved, so that has to put her into contention somewhere.
Number 11, Mildred, part owned by Neville Begg, who was associated with the very first Golden Slipper winner, Todman, when he worked for Morris McCartan, and he also trained Dark Eclipse to win. Graham Begg trains his son, and Jordan Childs rides.
She's very game, but she just has plenty to do from this draw here, so it makes it tough for her.
She's a tough little contender. She's getting a little bit warm in places. There's probably a few I would have in front of her just on the parade, but obviously she's very tenacious and I wouldn't knock her.
Personal from the Hayes Dabenham yard, Craig Williams on board.
I thought it was a great run in the Blue Diamond, great trial in Sydney since. Horror draw here. We just need a bit of Williams magic.
Yeah, lovely big strong type who's got great bone on her. She's extremely well balanced, which is what you want to see in these types of 2-year-olds. My first look at her, and I'm not disappointed in how she's parading. The only thing I will say is getting a bit warm just sort of through the flank area and getting a bit warm between her legs, but it is getting quite a warm day today.
Montessera, number 13, Michael D rides for Mara and Eustace.
I was really warming to her as a real Golden Slipper hope until her last start at Flemington. Sometimes you say forgive them one bad run, because I thought of previous form was very good if you want to be forgiving.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what you have to take her on her previous form, because they're happy to run her today. I haven't seen her for quite some time since she won her first race here at Rosehill Garden. So in comparison, she looks very similar. I wouldn't say she's gone backwards at all, and she seems as though she's fronting up in very similar condition.
Hungry Heart, James McDonald rides for Chris Waller.
Yeah, appears a good filly on the rise. She could well be the strongest late here. She should save ground from that inside draw. If she gets a split between runners late, I'm sure she's going to be very, very strong.
Yeah, I think her walk is the thing that stands out on her the most, and that is also transcended into her gallop as well. So she always carries herself quite nicely, and she's going to be finishing off strongly and probably be suited to races longer in the future, but you couldn't completely rule her out based on the way that she's performed.
Now we get to Thermosphere, Tommy Berry, James Cummings.
Well, she surprised at big odds getting a spot last week on that heavy track. She probably needed another inch of rain, I would have thought, today.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, she's a tough contender, and she seems as though she's come on from her last run, but she's up against it.
Rathlin, Mark Zara for Mara and Eustace.
He's a tough horse. He wasn't bad in the Blue Diamond a month ago. I know the draw doesn't help him, but God, I couldn't possibly mark him 150s like the price he is.
Yeah, exactly. He's really hard for him to draw a gate in his previous runs. He's a very, very tough contender, and he's another one who's turning up in his best possible order.
Menage, number 18, sneaks into the field. Daniel Stackhouse for Hayes and Dabenham.
Well, all of a sudden there's a big boom on this filly. She was fantastic to the eye, winning last start, and a little bit questionable on the clock, but she did run time at her first start at Bendigo with winning by 5 lengths. So the marketplace does like her, and the marketplace usually gets it nearly right.
Yes, and she is parading very nicely. So for all of those people who had something on her already. She seems to have turned up in good order. Oh, I just don't quite want to go out now. But I'm sure she will get going and get down to the start in good shape. She hasn't looked as though she's gone backwards as far as getting tucked up or this being a bit too soon for her. She looks as though she's stretching out nicely, and obviously there's plenty of market support.
Big moment for Trent Busserton and Natalie Young here with Tagaloa. I mean, you've said enough, I think, during the week, Nat, but to your eye, how did he parade?
Look, I think he was really relaxed, probably a little bit too relaxed, actually. I could have almost taken the earmuffs off him. It's a quiet atmosphere here today, but look, protocols are in place and it's got to be done. But look, I can't really fault him going into this.
So you're as confident as you've been right the way through since his last run?
Yeah, judging on how the track's been playing today, I think they've got to be a little bit up on pace, and look, he'll be up there from the draw, so we'll leave it to Michael, and I think he'll get every chance. It's a great field. It's the best 2-year-old, so you can't be overconfident, but I think he looks fantastic, and now it's kind of out of my hands, so I'll leave it to the Michael Walker.
Yeah, that blue dress will look good next to a golden slipper, I reckon.
Oh, I reckon I'll cut my toes off to fit it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, he does look fantastic, doesn't he? I couldn't knock him on his looks, Tagaloa. I'm going to go with Prague on top just purely because he's taken quite a bit of improvement from that last start performance. He just really improved in his code, and I think that's good enough to definitely run top 3. Of the others, I also thought Dame Giselle looked fantastic. Away game also is in great order, and I'd have to say Minaj down the bottom is an impressive type, great bone on her, and she should be able to present at some stage in this race.
1, 12, 3 and 14 for me. I've got to go the line with Tagaloa here. I just hope he just lands in the right spot, gets to him, 4 or 5 off the inside rail within a couple of lengths of him on turning here, and I think it'll take a tough horse to beat him. She nearly probably needs a miracle from the draw personal, but I really like her as a filly. I think she's loaded with talent, and this bloke can pull a rabbit out of his hat, Craig Williams. 3 Farnan, no knock whatsoever. He's just been brilliant winning 4 of 5, and this filly, Hungry Heart, if she just minds her own business and gets a nice cart through this field from a good draw, she could well be the strongest late if they want to overdo it up front. A wide open slipper, 1, 12, 3 and 14.
Yeah, well, no great movement at the top of the market here. Farnan remains the favourite at $4.60 after being, 5 this morning into as short as $4.40, now $4.60. Tagaloa, who went up 5, did get to 6, is now $5.50. Hanseatic went up $6.50, got to 7, it's back to $6.50. The firm is on the next line of betting here. Dame Giselle, as much as 13 into 9, being reflected in the NOP, 12 into 9 there. Away game's another firm. It's into $10 from as much as 16 earlier today. Minaj just getting out late. Single figures out to $11 now. Hungry Heart and Mamaragan fairly steady around that $16 mark. And then you've got Prague out to 23. Personal and See You Soon out to 26, and roughly $60 odd and longer the rest. But Farnan, as he has been, either him or Tagaloa the last 10 days or so, Greg, will run favourite in the 2020 Golden Slipper.
This will be the most unbelievable Golden Slipper ever run. It is crowdless here at Rosehill Gardens. They're racing for $3.5 million. It's one of 5 Group 1s on the card. The audience at home will be massive, watching all around the world. It's 5:30 a.m. in the UK. It's 10:30 p.m. over on the West Coast in the United States. They'd be tuned in as well. But here at Rosehill, there's less than 400 people as the coronavirus takes its toll on people and gathering in places like a racetrack here today. So the Golden Slipper, we've got 2 more to come up. It would seem Rathlin and See You Soon are the last 2 to come up, unless there's another horse out of screen. And See You Soon at the moment is facing the other way. Jean Van Overmeer will get the assistance from the attendant over there at the start to try and bring her up. But Duff, at the moment, she doesn't want to have a bar of it. So we're waiting for See You Soon. Rathlin, I'm assuming, has moved in. No, Rathlin, they're waiting for See You Soon to come up. Duff, this is unlike her.
No, she's got a bit of a bee in her bonnet there. She's jacked right up and doesn't want a part of it, and she might get nasty about it as well. You can tell sometimes when they dig those heels in, they might just flip out a little bit. So he has to get off her now. I think that's a wise move, and hopefully everything's in okay for now. Geez, a good go late here, Glenn, for Dame Giselle, isn't there?
Yeah, $8.50 now, Ronnie. $5 the field in the slipper. Farnan's out to $5. Tagaloa stayed $5.50. Hanseatic at $6 for Dame Giselle into $8.50 now. So still 4 runners in single figures, but Dame Giselle replacing Menage as that the fourth single figure runner. And away game Menage 10 a pair.
So on the biggest stage, See You Soon is proving a little bit tricky, but she finally goes in. Rathlin, the last one to move up. This is the Longines Golden Slipper of 2020.
Stand by for a break. The favourite Farnan drawn wide out. Plenty happening in the gates.
Let us know, John. Right? Clear.
Ready now. Gates are back, they're racing, and Farnan got it off to a terrific start. Away game was nicely out. Mildred's pushing up, and Dame Giselle's going through the centre. Tagaloa moves up right behind them, followed deep out by Menage. Then came Mama Reagan, Hungry Heart, and Praga's caught pretty deep going into the first bend. Then See You Soon, Hanseatic out deep, followed by King's Legacy. A break to Thermosphere, then came Mudasira. A good gap back in the field to Personal, who's up on the outside of Rathlin. They link up with the course proper now, and Bowman has Farnan in the lead, out by 3/4 to Mildred. Away game third from Dame Giselle. Tagaloa being hard ridden. Menage the outside. Then came Mama Reagan from Hungry Heart, further back to See You Soon as they straighten up, and Hanseatic's well back in the field. Farnan comes several horses off the fence. Away game and Mama Reagan go up the inside. Dame Giselle's giving chase. Then came Mildred, Tagaloa, and further back to Prague. Hungry Heart making ground with See You Soon. It's Farnan in front, 150 out. Away game is in for the fight the inside. It's Farnan a half in front to Away game, and Farnan another one for Gay Waterhouse. Farnan leads all the way from Away game and Mama Reagan. Home into fourth was Tagaloa. Then came Hungry Heart from Dame Giselle, and Prague was next after the wide trip. Further back to See You Soon from Personal, King's Legacy. Then Rathlin from Thermosphere, Mildred, Hanseatic, Muntasira, and one of the last to finish there was Menage, and Gay Waterhouse teaming up with Adrian Bott for this year's slipper.
And it is that man's day right there on screen. Gay Waterhouse not on track today, but she's been saying in the press all week, it's his day, it's Adrian's day. Well, they'll share it all with Hugh Bowman, who's done just about everything in racing. He'd never won a Golden Slipper. He gets it today. He provides Gay Waterhouse with her 7th win, Adrian Bott with his first. A memorable Golden Slipper for many reasons, but that is an outstanding performance. Farnan beating Away Game and Mama Reagan.
Yeah, well, you said it, Greg. That is Adrian's moment. That's Adrian Bott's moment. He's put all the work into this colt. He's just done an amazing job. So dominant. Once he landed where he did and got him off the bit, there was no betting there. Off he went and bolted away there. Away Game. How resilient is she? And he could well be a very good horse. That's not the place to be on the fence, Mama Reagan, and that's only second start in a race. Very hard to make up ground here today, isn't it? So we'll have to reassess this race, but that was a dominant performance.
So the numbers are up. 3 is the winner, Farnan. Wins the Golden Slipper. Hugh Bowman's first. Gay Waterhouse's 7th. And Adrian Bott joins his famous co-trainer. Gay Waterhouse said in the press during the week that she'll never break Tommy's record. She'll go down as training 6 alongside her dad, because this time it starts again. It's a new record that starts. It's one with Adrian. Number 8, Away Game, a Magic Millions winner, runs 2nd in the slipper. And 7, Mama Reagan, start number 2. He only debuted 21 days ago, and he runs 3rd. 4th home is number 1, Tagaloa, who was hard ridden a long way out. 5th home, number 14. Number 14, that is Hungry Heart. While we're waiting for Adrian Bott. He'll be here in a moment. Huey Bowman is as excited as you could have ever seen him.
Shit.
And people say that you can't celebrate here today. Well, he will. He hasn't got a big crowd to wave to, not like the days when he returns on Winks. But this means a lot to him. His first Golden Slipper. He's ridden in many. He's been runner-up a couple of times. Well done, Huey. And Adrian Bott is about to speak to us in a moment. Lizzie, this is Huey Bowman, who's thrown his goggles
to Chris Lees.
to the crowd. Who's going to get him?
Cameron Swan. Chris Lees and Cameron Swan, of course, great friends of theirs.
Well done.
So, look, he's just absolutely thrilled. And isn't this fantastic? Huey doesn't need a crowd. He knows everyone's watching at home. His first Golden Slipper. He's won pretty much everything on the race course, and this has eluded him, and he has now won it.
I want to shake this man's hand, but I can't. Adrian Gay has said all week, this is your day. Can you take it in?
Look, it's very surreal today, that's for sure. Look, that's very, very, very humbling of her to say that, but look, it's very much a team effort, and I very much want her a part of it. You know, she's been a big support for all of us, and she's obviously got such a fantastic record in this race, and you know, feel very honoured to be able to do it alongside her, and wouldn't be able to do it with her behind us and the team behind us. So, you know, thank everyone at home for all their hard work to get the colt here today, and the support of Aquis and Phoenix Thoroughbreds. You know, without them, we wouldn't be here either.
What about this horse? There was only one blemish. It was like the wheels had fallen off, but they quickly got reattached.
Yeah, no, they certainly did, and did so in a major way. You know, he's come back a different horse this campaign, and he's been quite special. You know, look, he's proved himself in the lead-ups as very dominant, and he was dominant again today. He showed that great tactical speed that he's always had, and was able to control the race. And you know, there was more pressure on today. That was the question that had to be asked of him, and he responded well. He was able to quicken away off that and put them away nicely.
All right, you've been dreaming of this moment. Is it everything you thought it would be?
As I said, it's a very, very surreal moment. You know, the build-up. You know, it's been a long couple of weeks. As I said earlier in the day, that the Todman felt like it was last season. So just for it all to fall into place, you know, there's so much. You know, these Group 1s are hard to win, particularly this Slipper, and you know, it's a lot of work that goes to make it all fall into place, and yeah, sort of quite surreal that it's all happened, but thankful for everyone that's supported us and helped and played a big part in this particular colt.
Well done, mate. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Stand by. Huey Bowman's coming up in just a sec.
Yes, it is Huey Bowman's first Golden.
The horses in the yard for race 6 here at Eagle Farm. Of course, the first leg of our quaddie. This is a very tidy